Shadows of the Damned is an absolutely bonkers game. It was bonkers back on the 360 and the PS3, and it's still bonkers now. I love the fact that they've remade this game. Hella Remastered definitely sums it up. I hope some people try this game that have never played it before or even heard of it, because it deserves to be played. This is the journey for the Platinum. I hope you guys enjoy. In this game, we play as Garcia Hotspur, who is a badass demon hunter. Similar to Dante, except he doesn't have a big ass sword. He's got his gun here called Johnson, and it pretty much is what you think it is. It's a penis joke pretty much through the whole game, which is great. But we play as him, we start our game, and we get our very first trophy. Funnily enough, we get this trophy before we actually start the game on a difficulty setting, because you actually have this little tutorial here first before you get into the main game, and that's when you choose your difficulty settings. We then find Paula unfortunately strung up, and this is pretty much where the game kicks off. We have to rescue Paula from hell, as she's been taken by this guy called Fleming, big demon lord of the underworld, and we need to pretty much go to hell, kill him, and rescue her. So we start our game. As I said, we haven't actually started it yet, and this is the most badass start screen I've ever seen in my life. We have Lemon Hunter, Demon Hunter, and Legion Hunter as our difficulties. We start on easy mode for this run, because I'm pretty much going to get every trophy in one run. Apart from, this is the gripe, you have to play this game on all difficulties to get all of the trophies. You had to do the same back on the 360, and you still have to do it here, which is my biggest gripe with this game, but we get our next trophy and we move on with our lives. After a quick little peek at the trophy list, I realised that I've actually got one really easy one that I could do right now, which is for chugging a bunch of alcohol, which is actually your healing potions in this game. I knew there was one for that. Drink 3 bottles of any alcohol in a row.
I hear bleating.
I am still new to this whole trophy hunting video thing, so as you can see I've not updated the count yet, and I think we're at about 3 trophies at this point. This is where we actually get introduced to one of the power-ups in the game, which we're going to be collecting throughout the entire game, and I do a little glitch in this to actually get a lot more of them than we should be able to get. So we run down here, grab the items, but before we actually kill a bunch of enemies and get our next trophy. Yeah.
Way too easy.
Hey, nice. Perform 5 headshots in a row with any weapon except the big one.
Red gem. What does this do? Shh, keep it down. That's a performance enhancer. Very shady. Very, very illegal.
Did you already see the trophy list? Try to kill the enemies with the square insta-kill attacks. The square insta-kill attacks? Oh, is that when they're, like, stunned? I do actually try to perform a glitch in this area for recollecting this gem a bunch of times, but I decided to just get the trophy for killing these enemies with a barrel, and then I'll get the red gems later on. You probably killed them. Yeah, fuck it. There we go. Fire in the hole.
Over there, the door.
Defeat 3 enemies at once using the explosive barrels. Easy peasy. So you can actually do this trick here if you do it properly, but I didn't. The red gem in this area that you can grab allows you to basically duplicate it. So there's a red gem right behind this pillar here, and if you go through the exit door and then go forward slightly until One-Eyed Willy, which is the save point by the way, saves the game, you quit out and you run back to the door when you load back in, you actually get to duplicate this gem again. But in my opinion, this is far less efficient than pretty much every other method, especially when you're doing it on easy mode, because you can just do these later on way easier. And I will show you guys how to do that in this video. I know this isn't a guide, but it's nice to know these little tips and tricks just in case. A trophy you probably heard me mention was getting all the unique kill animations with the square button. This is for when you stun the enemy, and I was about to give up here because I'd already killed about 25 of these guys. But we keep going and we get the trophy for killing 5 with unique animations. Yeah, blood on the dance floor. Oh! Perform all 5 unique execute. Oh, just as I said, I was about to go somewhere else. We then fight one of the weakest bosses known to man. He looks scary, but trust me, he's not. Literally, all you need to do is light shot him again. He turns around, you shoot him in the red glob on the back, and that's it. Even on hard difficulty, these guys are pushovers. They are bosses, air quotes, because they become normal enemies later on, but they're still counted as like a mini boss. But as you see, pretty easy. He turns around for you. You don't even need to run to the other side, which is perfect. And easy peasy, he dies. In the next area, we have to deal with Jorge, as I like to call him, otherwise known as George. Big, burly guy. He's very easy to beat. All you need to do is shoot some light barrels, and then shoot him in the face a bunch of times, he will actually steal the goat, which is the thing that keeps the area from descending into darkness. But all you need to do is follow the red light, shoot him a bunch more times, shoot the goat to disable the darkness, and easy peasy lemon squeezy, we have a new gem, which gives us another weapon. And a couple trophies. Emeralds.
Nice rock. Shove it into my face, G. Trust me, it doesn't mean we're engaged or anything.
Might be a tight fit, but okay.
It always irked me that it didn't go to the center one straight away.
So what exactly did that do?
Blue gems let me transform into new tools of war.
Keith,
New gears of me. In other words,
A new weapon. Magnifico.
you know, I bet all the VIPs are walking around with blue gems.
Okay. So another one, Cannibal Carnival. Jesus. This game's just throwing trophies at me. I've already got 10. And this is where I learned one of the funniest things about the playthrough so far. I think that's why I didn't get the trophy. Well, wait, what? That's why I'm missing. Look. That's why I'm not hitting my shots. Because for some reason that's activated on default. Why? Why is the gyro on the fucking PlayStation controller activated by default? Is it just always on? Can I not turn it off? Motion sensor off. Much better. Fucking hell. No wonder I wasn't getting headshots. I'm surprised I managed to even get 5. Then during the playthrough we run into Christopher, who's going to be our gem merchant throughout this playthrough. Pretty much there's a way to grind white gems where you can just buy loads from Christopher. In the easy mode, the red gems are less money to buy than if there are in other difficulties, which is why you want to pretty much get everything done on easy. So then on normal and hard, you can just run through and complete the game, instead of having to search for all the gems and get other white gems. We then get one of the hardest trophies in the game out of the way. Thank God I realised about the gyro controls. Hey, I got it! Perform a headshot right after eliminating it. That was quick as well. We then also get a trophy for riding the chandelier. It's not actually related to the chandelier, but I'll take the trophy. Just basically for grabbing 300 gems and keeping them in your inventory, which I totally forgot was even a thing. But we'll take that, and then once we get to the top of the lift, we actually get another red gem, and we unlock another trophy for finishing the chapter. But I'm going to stop showing the chapter finish trophies because pretty much you get one every single chapter, and there's a lot of chapters in this game. Otherwise, I'm just going to be cutting for every 2 seconds to show you a chapter trophy being done. Pretty much, you get trophies for the difficulties in the game, all the chapters, and doing a bunch of miscellaneous stuff, which is what we like in these sort of games. We then have to fight Jorge again, otherwise known as George. He's a bit bigger and more beastly this time, but he's still just the same amount of a pushover as he was before. Shoot him a bunch of times, and he goes down, we get another trophy, and we move on. We also get another gem as well, which gives us more upgrades. One thing I forgot to mention about the upgrades as well is when we actually get them, we need to make sure we kill enemies with it until we get a trophy for that one upgrade. Because if you get another blue gem upgrade for that weapon, you'll miss out on that one trophy and you'll have to go back and do it in another playthrough. But you have 3 playthroughs to do, so it doesn't really matter. It's not going to be missable. Just as I mentioned, this is what you need to do. And then once you've done that, you move on to the next weapon. Meatball lover, defeat 30 enemies with the skull questioner. Nice. It's trophies galore in this game. Literally every time you do something you get a trophy. So after we've used the skull questioner and killed a bunch of enemies, we have to fight this boss, which is another pushover. You just light shot it every so often when it does this, and you just shoot it in the heart a bunch of times. Easy. And then we're done and we got another trophy. Easy to kill ever. Like literally we just killed one of them.
Why can't I stop them from killing you?
And got another weapon.
Now here's a pretty prize. I smell an upgrade. Plug it in, G.
I love how he's got 2 down here. What's this one? Is this another one I need to use? Hot water. Oh yeah! That's how you kill them with the handgun, right? 5 enemies at once with the handgun. It's almost like I can tell the future in this playthrough, because next trophy we get is for the handgun. Oh, wait, what? How have I not done that yet? Then we come across another one of the Reaper bosses. This one's a little bit more difficult just because it splits into so many more copies, as you can see here. But it's the same principle. You just shoot the one with the glowing heart piece, and then shoot it in the chest a bunch of times. Trophy unlocked. There we go. Don't fear the Reaper 2. Defeat Colleen Grimm of the Grimm Sisters. 22. Then, just as I was mentioning a few seconds ago, there's one for killing 5 enemies at once with the handgun, which is this one right here, and this is how you do it. Hey, there we go, finally. Fiesta Caliente. Defeat 5 enemies at once using the handgun. We then encounter another boss, and we can see the trophy list is actually rising. We've got 24 out of 51, so plenty to go through, but we've actually got a lot already. And this boss is just another pushover. Pretty much if you play this on hard mode, he goes down almost exactly the same way. He just does a couple of different mechanics, but they're all very easy to dodge or destroy, whatever. And once we defeat him, we get another trophy, and then we move on to one of the most lewdest parts of the game, which I don't think I'll be able to show for YouTube purposes. If you want to see it for yourself, I'd recommend playing the game yourself, or looking at a walkthrough or something like that. I'll try and leave in as much as I can, but no promises. This next part of the game is hilarious. We get to take control of a gun called the Big Boner. Eddie was big red at. Well, yeah.
Oh my god, 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 Shawik, Shawik, Shawik!
Now that is a big boner. All right, Johnson. Let's take this pole for a stroll.
Well, let's do it. So this part right here, you're stationary, so you can't go anywhere. You can only look left or right. And on the harder difficulties, this can actually be quite difficult. There is a trophy linked to this section as well, which we actually get here. I was surprised we got it in this first section because it doesn't look like I headshot 5 in a row. But here we are, we get the trophy, and then there's a couple sections of this to go. Very similar, so I won't bore you guys with the details of them. We then, once we finish, we see the ballerina woman who's been terrorizing us this whole time. Haven't mentioned her till now because she's not really that important. She leads us into another billboard, which is through another butthole, it looks like, or some other orifice. And this transitions into one of the coolest parts of the game. Oh, I remember these levels.
Look at this! We're flat as paper! It's like we're in our very own toy theatre.
No one toys with me.
These levels are little side-scrolling shooters where you'll kill enemies and still collect gems. If you collect 50 in the level, you'll get a red gem at the end. I love when games do this, when they change genre for a little bit. It's amazing because things like Nier Automata and other games do the same thing, and it always brings a smile to my face. I wonder if you guys are the same. If you are, let me know. These changes in gameplay are always so much fun. It's just a nice breath of fresh air when you've been playing the same thing over and over again. But we pretty much go through this whole area, get all the gems, come to the end, and we have our red gem because we collected all 50 of the normal gems. Very easy. It's not too difficult to get all the gems in one level. Very hard to miss them. They're pretty much in your path the entire time. The only one that isn't is one of the later levels, but this one is fairly straightforward. As I said near the start of the video, there is a little glitch where you can get a bunch of white gems, so you can just buy a bunch of red ones, and makes it much easier when you're collecting them. This area in the library during this level, if you knock this enemy down, they can't get back up, and you just keep pressing square over and over and over again until you get all the gems that you need. This enemy won't die even when you're stomping them on the ground because they're wearing armor, and you just need to keep doing this until you have 999 gems, and then stop, kill him, and then when you meet Christopher you can get all the red gems you want. Before we get to Christopher, however, we do have to fight the last of the Sisters Grimm. Still not a very difficult one. The only annoying thing about this one is they'll summon enemies at the same time as putting you into darkness mode, and it's quite hard to hit her while you're trying to fend off the enemies as well. But other than that, pretty similar to the other ones, just shoot her in the red dot when it appears, and then you kill her, get the blue gem, and we move on with the levels. Like I said, always pay attention to what upgrades you have and which trophies you're missing for the weapons, as we get one of our last ones here with the Skull Fest 9000. Hey! Nice. Now that's a big effing gun. You will meet Christopher shortly after defeating that Reaper woman, and this is where we buy all of our gems that we need to buy. So as you can see, they only cost 45, we have 999 gems. I'm not going to do the math, but you guys do the math in your head if you want. That gives us a fair amount of gems that we've already bought at the start of the game, and up to this point. And then all the ones we still have to collect, if we want to collect them. We can pretty much get over 80 gems, 80 red gems by this point, and that's the only amount you need to collect to get the trophy for max upgrades. While we're progressing through the game as well, we get our next trophy, which is for the Dentist, which is another upgrade for the gun. Hey, there we go. 50 enemies with a Dentist. In the next level, we come across the boss for the end of these levels, and this boss takes forever to kill. Literally, you have to keep shooting her face for about 20 minutes before she dies. While all these green goops are dropping down from the ceiling, at least your hitbox isn't your entire body, because otherwise this would take forever and be very frustrating. But she goes down. This is pretty much the same length of time on hard mode as well. Never really had any problems with her, she just takes ages to kill. Flat Lust. Defeat Justine. 37. Skull Blaster. Oh. 38, I guess then. After going a little bit further in the game, we actually realize we have enough to get all the upgrades. So that's what we do. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey! Hi in Las Vegas. We got it. Oh, 39. No need to get any more upgrades. While we're in the Moripu the Cuff level, yes, that's what it's called, we get our next trophy for our next weapon. Hey! Skull Black. Well, that didn't feel that. How when we did the Teether, it felt like I was killing about 200 enemies. With that, it felt like I only killed about 5. 50 enemies with a Skull Blaster. Nice. We're at 41. 10 more trophies to go. And just like that, we're at the final boss, Fleming, already. It's almost like this game's really short, and that's why we play it through 3 times. I wish we could have just played it from the start on hard mode, but that's just me. I like doing that with a lot of games. But Fleming is a very fun boss fight. He uses a lot of different mechanics. So the fact that you have learned all these mechanics up to this point, so your Teether homes, your big weapon has like a arc that you can shoot. You use your Hot Boner, as it's called, to put big sticky globules on him and blow him up. Very fun boss fight overall. And then once we kill him, we get another trophy, and we see the end of the game. Or not. Psych! Turns out Paula is actually the last boss of this game. I'm glad they hide the trophies so a lot of people don't get spoiled by this sort of stuff, because it's a very cool little twist that Paula is actually the Demon Lord's wife, essentially. And you get a couple more trophies here, so we're only a few away from the end. Once we actually defeat Paula, by the way, she is a very cool looking boss. Back then, when I played this on the 360, this was one of the coolest boss designs I've seen. I just love anything that has like angel wings, probably from Final Fantasy because of Sephiroth. But this boss fight is really standard. Just basically follow her around, shoot her wings and other bits like that. She summons a couple enemies, but pretty standard. Just shoot her a bunch, you get the next trophy, you finish the game, and then we move on to the other modes. There you go, till death do us part. Complete Act 5, Chapter 5 on any difficulty. Lemon Hunter. Complete all chapters as Lemon Hunter. As you saw from the count there, that adds 2 more to our list, which makes it 48 out of 51, which is literally normal mode, hard mode, and the platinum. Like I said before, the modes don't stack, so we have to do normal mode and hard mode. I just blasted through those off stream because I didn't have enough time to stream them, because we're trying to do a bunch of other games at the same time. We get those done, and then we unlock the platinum. I would have let you guys hear the platinum sound, but the game's probably going to drown it out with how loud the music is in this game. That's it for the Shadows of the Damned playthrough and the platinum. We got it fairly easily. Like I said, my only gripe with this game is the fact that you have to play it through 3 times in order to get the platinum, even though it has a New Game Plus mode, but you can't actually do New Game Plus on a separate difficulty. If you do it on easy, you can only do New Game Plus on easy, which is a bit pointless considering you want to carry your weapons into the next playthrough. Would have made the game a lot more fun. In my opinion, like I said at the start, difficulty-wise, probably about a 2 or 3 out of 10. The only annoying thing is the extra difficulties. And the game itself probably gets about an 8 or a 9 from me, but that's probably just nostalgia, because the game has a fair amount of flaws. It controls a bit weird, kind of like the older Resi games, but If you can give this game a try, give it a try. It's only £20 or £25 at this moment. It probably will go down, but if you can grab a physical copy from something like the limited run games or something like that, great thing to have in your collection because it's an amazing game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the platinum journey with me. Next time you won't hear me getting drowned out by the music, and we'll be doing another Resi Platinum. Stay with the streams. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all on the next platinum journey. Bye bye.